Alright, g'day mad lads. The video that we've all been waiting for a long time. Skyblivion. Now, I remember 2 years back, I even remember the day. I did have something on that always happens on Monday. I remember the day of Skyblivion's reveal trailer. You know, it was like, this was the trailer they put the friggin' year tag on. And it was like 2 years from then, and I was like, oh, that's shit. But then I thought to myself, well, time flies by now anyway, so it'll be here in no time. And we're in that time. We're in the very last month of 2025. Now, of course, I kind of felt that it was going to be delayed. They were doing a lot of still development videos and things like that. So I was kind of waiting for this, and I am not at all disappointed in one single bit when it comes to this project and its delay. You know, I've kind of been hoping that they'll delay it. I still haven't watched this video, but I kind of hope they'll delay it to March 30th. I know that's like 3 more months away, but like I said, time flies by. Why put it to March 30th or 20th? Because that's the 20th anniversary of Oblivion. And I'm pretty sure this year, was it this year or last year? I don't bloody remember. I think it was this year that the remaster came out on the anniversary of Oblivion, I think. So why not Skyblivion do the exact same thing on the 20th anniversary of Oblivion? So with that, let's get into it and see what they have to say.
Hello everyone, you may know me as Rebel's Eyes and I'm the project lead on Skyblivion. Following our roadmap at the start of this year, I wanted to give you all an update about where Skyblivion is in its development cycle and what we have left to finish before its actual release. In 2023, we set our aims to wrap up development and release it in 2025. Unfortunately, as we're getting closer to the end of this year, it pains me to have to announce that our initial goal of releasing Skyblivion this year is no longer possible. Despite the game being in the best state it's ever been, we still have some last challenges to overcome that are going to require a little bit more time. This is something we have known for a while, but we did not want to announce a delay without also sharing our current plans and ambitions for the release of the project. Before we get into the rest of the video, I do want to say I appreciate the support over the years, and understand this will come as a disappointment to some of you.
Even though he's talking, I'm not listening. I'm just watching the shit.
However, it's not all bad news. Many parts of the project are in great shape, and to be as transparent as possible, I would like to run you through the overall status of Skyblivion and explain what we have achieved so far and what we need to finish before we can release our game. One of, if not the biggest challenge for the project has always been our world map, and luckily this is 100% finished. Because of that, we have uploaded a little treat to our website for all of you, an interactive satellite map, which you can use to take a closer look at our world. We put a lot of hard.
That's so cool because Skyrim has actually one of these already. You can actually go and look at the Skyrim interactive map and learn everything you need about it. It's cool they've actually done this.
Work into making sure that every region on the map feels unique, and we're very proud and very happy with how it has turned out. This includes all unique realms and Oblivion Deadlands.
Nice.
All quest dungeons have been completed. We have painfully remade these locations in our own image to provide a totally unique experience, unlike anything you've seen in Oblivion. This also includes some amazing boss battles and unique quest rewards. We do have a few unfinished random dungeons left to do, but we're mostly finished with this part of the project. The majority of interiors, such as the houses, the shops, the castles, the stables, chapels, and inns.
Oh, dude, is that looks like it. It feels like it. I think this is the Menamarco fight, because I was hoping, I'm still kind of hoping, that right there is like a little portal into Cold Harbor. That'd be sick.
Have been completed, but we are currently waiting on the 3D assets of the Imperial City to be finished, as many interior locations are located inside this part of the map. We estimate that we will be able to finish all locations by the end of the year, which leaves room for quest finalization at the start of 2026. All the major cities have been completed, excluding the parts of the Imperial City. A big goal for us has been to add more character to all the different areas of the game and to further enhance the experience of exploring the rich and bustling cities of Cyrodiil. In case you forgot, these are Anvil, Bravil, Bruma, Cheydinhal, Coral, Leywin, Skingrad, and unfortunately, a totally destroyed Kvatch, which does contain its own redesign and very exciting encounters. Finishing the worlds, dungeons, and cities and interiors is well and good, but without Navmesh, nothing will work as intended. As we finish areas on the map or interior locations, the NavMesh team has to go over them and put down a grid made out of triangles.
I want to say real quick, these guys are the real heroes of Skyblivion. These are the real heroes. Nav meshing is a fucking nightmare. Purely nightmare. It is the eyes of an NPC, essentially. This tells them where they can go, what they can do, where you are, where everything is. So that pole right there, there'll be no nav mesh where that pole is, so they don't run into it. So it's just telling them they can't go there. It is an absolute nightmare of material. And these guys who do this, the entire world, the interiors, exteriors, real heroes.
In order for NPCs like people or monsters to move around. Because some parts of the game remain unfinished, our team was unable to work on all locations. But as we finish up the remaining areas, they too can be...
Holy moly. Dude, that's sick. Is that one of the... It looks like one of the realms that he's got where it's like the ESO sort of inspired realms.
Completed. The estimate for completion of quest relevant locations is Q4 2025, and NavMesh as a whole, including QA, will be wrapped up by Q1 2026. Our 3D department...
So that's Q1 of the year, so within 4 months, I think. So we're not getting a March by the looks of it, because that'd be cool, but at the end of the day, boo-hoo. We'll get it sooner or later.
Is mostly out of work, which is a good thing. We managed to finish all the weapons, armors, clothing, clutter, plants, and the majority of our architecture assets, except for the Imperial City. The game world has the hard work of our 3D artists to thank for looking as good as it does. Weapons, armors, and clothes are a highlight for us, as we invested extra time and effort to make sure that these got redesigned to be unique, cool, and beautiful, for you to make your character look just like you want them to. Since we don't have a lot of new 3D assets coming in anymore, our implementation department has been working on putting the last low priority assets into the game. This has been mostly complete.
See, this is what annoys me about Skyrim, is that it's got plenty of goats, but it's got no sheep. And sheep love cold country. But whatever.
Completed at this point. As we are playtesting though, we are finding assets that need to be animated or replaced with similar counterparts from Skyrim. Currently this is being tracked as we find them, and our goal is to finish these by the end of the year. Implementation of quests is going somewhat smoothly, but unfinished locations, such as the Imperial City, are blocking the department from progressing further. As locations open up, the goal is to finish quests by Q1 2026.
Now, Imperial City, this is one of those big things they've always talked about, that they have not... Like, they've shown different trailers, but I think that's like existing, like Imperial City, before they've redesigned it, because they're doing a lot of redesigns. If you haven't seen, they've redesigned Anvil, and I think even... Leyawiin or this, I think it's Leyawiin, where they've turned it into sort of two cities in a little island city across the river, sort of thing. And Rebel Eyes has talked about they do have a real life architecture actually redesigning the Imperial City, and that was a couple months ago I heard that, and you don't really get enough time to really do that in the space of 2 months to redesign an entire place and do everything you need to get it done with it. So obviously delayed,
giving us enough time to playtest for a release. In order to clear the way for mechanics and get all menus running, we have been transitioning to a more Skyrim-like UI design. If time allows, we will work on a reskin to bring our original designs to life, but for now we need to focus on functionality first. This allows us to create a solid framework to build upon and make sure that the UI is consistent and finished first. We estimate that this will be achievable by Q1 2026. As a relatively new department, the mechanics team is making...
Oh, sick! Yeah, boy! So that are the whites to this, which is awesome. It's the first time I ever knew about whites was, I think it might have been Elder Scrolls Online, but I think the first time I physically saw them was the Creation Club. This is sick, dude. Actual Draga that are undead.
Solid progress overall. Our primary focus right now is on enhancing the player experience, which requires us to gather feedback from the team members as they play the game. Once the user interface for the perk menu is implemented, we plan to invite playtesters to participate in actual playthroughs of the game. Their insights will help us identify areas that need improvement.
I talked about this in my last video, that they would actually show, well, they'd give the mod to people to actually playtest. That's a good idea. Some big bloody YouTubers out there that would really get this out there, like Fudge Muppet, ESO, Skyrim Nate, I think that's his name. I don't remember if that's his actual name. He's more of a Fallout 4 dude. So it's pretty good, because these guys could really put a lot of care and love into this and show it off on their YouTube channels.
We estimate by the end of the year that most major systems such as alchemy, spells, perks, and crafting will be complete, allowing us enough time to test and iterate. Something we have been working on secretly in the background is our final fight cinematic between Akatosh and Mehrunes Dagon. There's a team of professional animators working on this incredible cinematic, but we have run into issues with its production, as animation takes a long time to produce and we lack the people available to create and render the final scene. If you or anyone you know has skills in this area, we would appreciate you applying so we can ensure the cinematic gets the love it deserves. We are specifically looking for a renderer, a set dresser, a VFX artist, and a destruction sim artist. We all want to release a well-running and well-functioning game. As we move closer to the release date, the goal will be to spend as much time as possible polishing, balancing, and fixing our game for you guys to finally play. There's no real deadline for this, as I expect we will be working on this until the day of release. Additionally, as you guys get your hands on Skyblivion and report bugs, we will surely have more work ahead of us. Some departments' work is dependent on others, which is why we try our best to prioritize finishing the work in the order that is most relevant to Skyblivion's overall progress. We plan on releasing Skyblivion and supporting it with bug fixes after its initial release. Additionally, we also have ambitions to add custom content and the original Oblivion DLCs, like the Shivering Isles and the Knights of the Nine. Some of the content we have discussed adding after our initial release are spellcrafting, Oblivion-like UI reskins, dynamic dungeons, grave robbing, more.
Ooh, so they're actually adding their own custom mods. Now, spellcrafting is an already Oblivion thing. The UI reskin. To me personally, I don't give a shit. I don't really use UI mods unless it's a helpful thing. Dynamic dungeons. So what's that all about? So what, are they going to like add more dungeons or some sort of weird sort of randomized dungeon thing? I don't know. Grave robbing. That seems quite interesting.
Creature variety, followers and hirelings, even more unique weapons and armors, and more spells, just to name.
That's pretty cool. Creatures variety, so they're going to add a lot more variety to the things you come across. That's nice. More followers. I kind of, I don't know how they're going to do that. Because, again, I don't, there are followers in Oblivion, but they're more like guild followers. Like the Mages Guild when you complete it. I'm not too sure you can get followers from the Fighters Guild for crying out loud. The Dark Brotherhood. So I don't know how they're going to do that. If they're going to use original Skyrim lines. I'm definitely not against it, because I'll be doing that myself, using the already existing Skyrim lines, like from the female Eventoned and stuff like that. More unique items, that's kind of nice. I mean, they're really big on that. They're really big on making unique 3D assets for something that's named. I mean, you're going to find this when this mod comes out, that you're going to find, even that orc from the Fighters Guild that works in Shadenhall, he is... he's got a unique named mace on him. It's a glass mace, but they've actually made this unique looking, even though I'm not even sure you get the mace. It's just his, but they've made it unique anyway. And more spells are always nice.
A few. I personally hope that some of you will work on your own mods for Skyblivion, that we can maybe include in future updates as well.
Nice.
With this in mind, there are some things that despite our best efforts, we are not going to be able to ship on release. We had partially working underwater combat, but due to its major conflicts with animation mods and technical issues with the game, we've decided that Skyblivion will function as a better experience for players without it. Currently, the system we had just creates too many risks and conflicts, which is why we decided to cut this feature from the game. Spellcrafting is also something we showed off some years ago. We had a very talented modder help out with the mechanic, and he left the project after he finished his work. Unfortunately, due to the way the mod was made, it broke after a couple of Skyrim updates, and the source code was never shared, making it completely unusable for us. Both spellcrafting and underwater combat are features we would like to add to the game at a later date. With all that in mind, we remain hard at work, and I do hope that you will wait a little longer for Skyblivion. The game is closer than ever, and with the Imperial City being our last major hurdle, and some more time to polish and complete quests, Skyblivion will finally release in 2026. We thank you all for your continued support of this ambitious project I started more than 10 years ago, and I really genuinely cannot wait to get Skyblivion into your hands.
Nice. Like, man, I'm not disappointed at all. At all. And I don't think anybody else should be. This project is absolutely wild. You'll let the outro play, man. That's some pretty sick shit. This project is absolutely nuts. Remaking a game as a mod. Wild. And I can't wait to see what Skyblivion, when they start to get closer to Skywind, when they get closer to release. Not at all disappointed. I don't feel any sort of bad feelings. I actually kind of I liked that video. I actually got to see new things and hear new things, and that's pretty cool. People get to be a little bit more updated with what's going on. We're all a little bit caught up. That's what it feels like. We feel like we're being caught up. I don't feel like I'm being disappointed with a delay. I mean, everything's getting delayed these days, especially GTA 6. But at the end of the day, this is going to be a project a lot of us sink shit tons of hours into. I mean, this might even make Skyrim redundant. And Skyrim is a 14-year-old game, for crying out loud. I keep seeing on Facebook that people are still playing it brand new. I'm on these Facebook groups, and I saw this lady the other day, and she's brand new to Skyrim, and it's a 14-year-old game. I even saw a guy that's been playing it like me for 14 years, and he's still on his original save with no mods. I mean, that is absolutely wild that a save has lived that long. But, yeah, Skyrim, it's an entirely different animal. It's a beast. This started off as a seed and has become a goddamn tree from Kashyyyk. It's a monster, man. You'd need like 10,000 witches to take Skyrim out. Even the Witcher games won't beat Skyrim, and they hunt monsters. But this mod, this game remake, Skyblivion, might actually put Skyrim in the dirt. You know, when it comes to the modding scene of things, that people don't play Skyrim for Skyrim anymore. We play it for Oblivion. And that's nuts. Absolutely nuts. Now, like I say in any video, if you've got the skills they need, jump in, help them out. I mean, especially if you're into animation. It's a very useful trait these days. And that, I'll leave the original video. Hopefully I'll remember to link it and all that sort of good stuff. And yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed. Other than that, I'm going to get out of here and catch us another vid. Look after yourselves.